to Las Vegas, where Fox Sports proudly presents the Pro Volleyball Federation. Every team in the league in action on this Sunday. And here's the thrill, hosting the San Diego Mojo, and both of these teams with no room for error coming down the stretch. Second meeting of the year between these two. Take a look at the current standings. The Omaha Supernovas on top at 14-5. The Atlanta Vibe are by far the hottest team in the league right now, having won 8 in a row. In a row and doing it short-handed. Orlando is going in the other direction and making some headlines. And Vegas hanging in right now at 8-10. They got to move into that top 4 in order to play for that $1 million prize at the end of the year. Thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday evening in Vegas. I'm Paul Sunderland, joined once again by my partner, 3-time Olympian bronze medalist and NCAA champion, Holly McKee. This is like somebody famously said, deja vu all over again. Thursday night we were in Grand Rapids when the Rise took on the Columbus Fury. Both of those teams are on the outside looking in. Same scenario, must win. It's overused, but this is must win.
Definitely a must win for both teams. San Diego's beat some of the best teams in the PVF, but they haven't been able to do it consistently. They have to win out if they want a chance to be in that top 4. For Vegas, they have beaten some good teams. They're a little bit closer to that playoff spot, but they haven't won at home since February 2nd, so must win tonight.
And speaking of San Diego, they have really faced some challenges vis-a-vis injury and personnel. But Kendra Dahlke has been there all season long, and if they're going to make a run, they're really going to rely on her a lot.
Kendra Dahlke does it all. Offense, defense. She's solid in every category, leads them in points. But again, if you're going to get a win in this league, you need help from the rest of your teammates. Kendra Dahlke is going to get hers, but she needs her supporting cast to step up.
Vegas got off to a 7-2 start and then suffered through a 7-match losing streak. And like San Diego, the thrill will turn to Hannah Maddox.
Hannah Maddox is the go-to player. She does so much in just her second year as a pro. Passes, hits out of the back row, front row. They expect her to score. She had 15 kills the other night, but again, she needs help from her supporting cast if they want to win against this very competitive San Diego team.
Let's now take a look at our Wren Athletics starting lineups. Charity Looper having a fine year, the rookie out of Louisville, as is the rookie Morgan Stout. Look what she's doing in terms of hitting. And speaking of getting some support, Willow Johnson, the veteran out of Oregon, played in South Korea, has really been their best offensive weapon over the last 9 matches. Berkeley Oblad from right here in Las Vegas, and Carly Graham will make her first ever start on the year. Kendra Dahlke, Ronica Stone, and all-star Lauren Page. Keep an eye on that. She's been bothered by some back problems. Maya Tabron out of SMU's been wonderful. Reagan Pittman, Sarah Sponsel, speaking of injured setters, will be stepping in for Daeyeon Lee, who's on the sideline right now with a knee injury. And Shara Venegas will be at the libero. San Diego in their blue uniforms. Lauren Page to start things out. Best 3 out of 5 sets. And we're underway. Second meeting of the year. Willow Johnson, nice dig by Page. And Tabron, number 31. Boy, the rookies out of SMU are having a really good year collectively around the league.
You think about it, Maya Tabron, Naya Chimay, Natalie Foster, and now Celia Cullen, the backup setter for San Diego. Very talented group that came out of SMU this year.
No wonder they had such a good season. Really good in reception. Keep an eye on Carly Graham, and I want to talk to you about that. As a wonderful setter at the collegiate level, Holly, what do you think about the setting change employed by Vegas?
Well, Vegas is obviously trying to mix things up. Not sure what the reason is. We weren't told, but I'll tell you, they're using a 2 libero system. DeFalco will come in and serve receive, and then Schroll for defense.
Smart shot over the top of the block, but just out of bounds by number 11, Hannah Maddox. Orlando has also very effectively used the 2 libero system. Describe how that's used and what the different roles are.
Well, you're allowed to designate 2 liberos. One will come in and just pass. Obviously, during that rally that ensues, they will stay and play defense. And then when your team's serving, they'll use the other libero who specialize in defensive balls and defensive pickups.
Very nice block touch initially by number 24 in blue, Sarah Sponsel. Another good one, that by all-star Ronica Stone out of the middle. Carly Graham is a very unique setter. You'll see once we get a little bit of a sample size. Kendra Dahlke looking for a touch, and we might very early on have our first challenge, and we will. You can challenge a touch off the block. You cannot challenge ball.
The call on the floor was the ball was out.
By both
San
sets.
Diego is
You can challenge a net touch. You can challenge foot faults on the service line, 3-meter line, and center line. You've got 2 of them. If you're correct, you've got an infinite number. It's interesting about Graham into the starting lineup, and the 2 liberos, Ramon Hernandez Cruz, 3-time All-American at Penn State, very familiar to USA Volleyball, formerly the head coach in Puerto Rico. Let's take a look, all importantly, and yeah, there's a touch off Willow Johnson off the edge, but he was concerned about their serve reception and also limiting errors, so he knows that the clock is ticking.
Well, the goal in serve receive is to pass at least 50%. When they do that, they have their best shot at winning.
And they don't do it as a team. On the season, they're at 44%, good or positive, meaning that they have the advantage, they meaning the thrill offensively. There is Graham, 3-time Conference USA setter out of the year. Nice flying high by Charity Looper early on.
So far, good start in serve receive. That first contact for Vegas has been solid, and that allows them to run a dynamic offense, isolating Ronica Stone in the middle against Charity Looper out of the back row.
There's Willow Johnson, 9 of 18 with no errors in the loss at Omaha on Thursday night. Block touch right on target, and Oblad is blocked. Ronica Stone on the outside with Dalkey.
Blocking is a really important stat category for San Diego. They're towards the bottom of the ranks, and they need more blocks. That's an area they're really focused on improving.
6'2" middle blocker, hitting .305 on the year, originally from San Jose. Second team all PVF last year, and Carly Graham being creative at the setting position, scoring points.
We've seen both setters on each side when they're in the front row attack. Carly Graham gets her feet to this ball, and the middle's wide open.
Just underway here at the Lee's Family Forum on Henderson, Nevada. Reagan Pittman going behind, and that's a smart tap to the floor by the blue-clad San Diego Mojo's Kendra Dalkey.
Just a heads-up play by Kendra Dalkey. After getting blocked, the ball pops off the block, and she attacks right away to the open court.
Here is Sarah Sponsel getting her second straight start, once again in the absence of Daeyoung Lee. Very experienced pro out of South Korea. Willow Johnson unloading. I was watching Johnson in warm-ups, and she's taken her heat to another level.
She had a slow start for Vegas Thrill, didn't even get in the lineup, but turned it on lately, and another one-on-one. Willow Johnson scores out of the back row.
Out of system swing. Really well done. San Diego able to get out of that tough spot. Lauren Page hitting out on the left side, wearing number 32. Reagan Pittman is in the middle. Maya Tebron is on the left side. That ball served well out of bounds. Both coaches very generous with their time. Taiba Hanif Park, last year's Coach of the Year in the Pro Volleyball Federation, the first ever. She will be joining Eric Sullivan's staff as an assistant coach for the U.S. Olympic team. Spoke to her on the phone as we were rushing through some lunch after our flight was delayed this morning. There is Graham, tight pass, and that's going to be back row blocking that time, called against San Diego, and a good play by Charity Looper to force the violation. There is Taiba, 3-time Olympian, twice an Olympic silver medalist, 13-11 record last year, lost in the semifinals, 3-2 to the eventual champions from Omaha. Nice pass by Dalkey. Reagan Pittman out of the middle.
Fantastic pass, allows San Diego to run the middle. Reagan Pittman is long. Even though there's 2 blockers there, big seam between the 2 blockers, and Pittman scores quick. Boy,
both teams doing a good job in first contact right now. We'll keep you posted on those percentage of numbers. Good or positive passes. Pittman trying to put some pressure on Hannah Maddox. And it was interesting again, Ramon Hernandez Cruz was talking about his young. Hannah Maddox in her second year, young outside hitter, carries such a load in reception and defense. And so, you know, she's learning to deal with that. Some maybe few too many errors creeping into her game at times. But as you pointed out, Holly, before first serve, she's the one that needs some help. And right now, Willow Johnson is offering that up. Right side, Page again. Sarah Sponsel, two backup setters, if you will, in name only, both very qualified, doing a good job running their respective teams as we've come to the first technical timeout here in Vegas. San Diego on top by 1. Opening set here in Vegas, and the thrill at 8-10 on the year, and there again is Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, an All-American playing career at Penn State, also competed in the Athens Olympic Games on the beach with his assistant coach, Raul Papaleo. And was very prepared and very intense before the start of this all-important match. Must win for both. I think you're absolutely right, Holly. Good reception again, very positive start in that phase. Stout is slowed down, and Tabron. Willow Johnson going over the top. Good location on the off-speed.
Charity Looper is superwoman. Watch this dig. Middle back. Goes high, flat off the hands. Charity Looper goes airborne with control. And then Willow Johnson with the transition point.
Looper averaging almost 3 digs per set. Much like Kendra Dalkey on the other side. Once again, Maya Tabron slicing off an angle, going 4-4. Hitting from area 4, attacking area 4.
Taiba Hanif told us how special Maya Tabron has been to the San Diego team. Great start, had a little bit of a lull, got to get some rest, work on her game, and has come back really strong for San Diego. Been playing a lot of volleyball over the last 7 months. Her training camp for SMU started in the middle of August. Ways to go. Page all over that. Veronica Stone on the slide. Dug by Graham. Willow Johnson ripped it down the line and missed it. She knew it immediately. Good aggressive swing by Willow Johnson. She is going for it. Tegan DeFalco lays it up for her in transition. She sees a sliver of line, just slices it a little too much. Anna Maddox, a lot of heat on that, missed that over the top. Taiba might want to back up when Hannah Maddox, she can hurt some people down that line, brings the heat. Timeout is called by the Vegas Thrill. Ramon Hernandez-Cruz knows that San Diego at 6-13 is below them in the standings, and you can't drop one. They've got 10 matches left, including tonight. San Diego has 9 matches left, including this evening, so the clock is quickly ticking. Let's take a look around the league. Indy again, very, very impressive. Ajani Teeler, but got some help from the outside. We'll talk about that as the evening goes along. Atlanta won their 8th in a row, and Omaha over Grand Rapids 3-1. Talking about some additional late season signings, and there are a couple of the San Diego team we want to talk about, but Katie Baird has joined the Indy Ignite and 17 kills off the bench, the former All-American out of Stanford University, and they're trying to fill the big shoes of Lecator member Mene, and Katie Baird got off to a very good start today. Indy is loaded at that left side position when you look at Baird, Anna DeBeer, Nina Chaich, very talented, and they're really playing their best volleyball of the season right now. 4-match win streak without against the best team. Yep. They beat Omaha and Orlando. 3-0 run here for San Diego. Last 2 points off unforced errors coming off the bats of Vegas. In system again, good block touch. Sponsel gets nicely to that, and then Kendra Dalkey getting on that ball quickly, but what a set by Sponsel. Sarah Sponsel is so athletic. She's able to get to this tight ball in transition, gets there with her feet, just lifts it enough that Dalkey can score to the corner. One of those very talented all-around volleyball players who's had success on the beach as well. Started at Loyola Marymount before going to UCLA. Tabron with a good read. Good location, and Dalkey Sponsel very nicely to the outside. We saw Sarah Sponsel take over the offense when she was in college at UCLA. Had one of their best seasons with her running the offense. She's fantastic, can keep them in system from all over the court.
Points per set, kills per set, digs per set. As you pointed out, Holly, having a wonderful year. And that rattles through. And talking about a good start on the road, certainly for San Diego. 14-8 is the advantage after it was 8-7 at the opening technical timeout. 6-0 run for Tabron. And we're going to have another timeout. Can't take them with you, but it's unusual for two of them to be called. Remember, we have another timeout coming at 16. It's a media timeout or technical timeout, if you will.
I think the Vegas Thrill do not want to let San Diego get so far ahead of them that it's unreachable. They need to turn things around, and it starts with a pass.
And they were receiving before the first technical timeout. We looked it up. They were 83% good or positive, and the target from Coach Hernandez-Cruz was 50%. They were way above that, but it started to go a little bit south. Good offensive play. Willow Johnson missed a ball out of bounds, and Hannah Maddox missed a ball out of bounds, and now the run for Tabron at the line, the rookie out of SMU, has continued on. 6-0 run. That's you just can't allow those kind of runs. Alicia Glass-Childress, an all-star this year, award winner last season, three-time NCAA champion at Penn State. Pretty good mentor to have on the sideline.
And a fantastic volleyball mind. You and I have had lots of discussions with her, but even though she's not on the court right now for the Vegas Thrill, she's coaching everybody up.
San Diego hitting at a 529 efficiency clip right now. Out of system here. Maddox has not found the rhythm yet. A couple of poor hand contacts, looking for some top spin, and that one did not have any spin on it at all and drifted well long. We're going to have some substitutions. Lauren Jardine coming on, the rookie out of Utah, along with Alicia Glass-Childress. Glass-Childress is third in the league in assists per set at 9.7. Bronze at the Rio Olympic Games when she was voted the best setter in that tournament. Long professional career in Italy, Turkey, and Poland, all wonderful, wonderful leagues. Mother of three. And finally, the run comes to an end. But what good work by Tabron at the line. Once again, we'll have the second technical timeout when a team reaches 16. Childress will go back to serve again in the double sub. Oh, nice dig down the line. Schroll keeping that ball off the floor to Jardine, who's got a big arm. Does she not?
Vegas comes up with a big dig, and it started with Mary Schroll down the line. Ronica Stone crushed the ball at her in a dig to a transition kill. There you see the dig.
Out of system here. Dalkey working against two blockers, a nice swing off of Jardine.
And how about that bump set from Sarah Sponsel? All her time on the beach pays off. It allows her to roll that ball up to Dalkey for the kill. San Diego up 16-10 in the first set.
Franklin Sports is a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation, coming your way on Fox Sports. Back with three-time Olympian, NCAA champ Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. Vegas at 8-10, coming off a loss at Omaha, and San Diego was losing at Atlanta 3-1. Kendra Dalkey off to a very good start, as are the rest of the Mojo, particularly at the offensive end. That'll do it. 750 efficiency for Dalkey. Good call to talk about her before first serve, Holly.
San Diego as a team hitting 500.
And if you're wondering, that is way, way above their season average. I'll give that to you in a moment. Good pass by Looper, stepping in. Maddox needs a kill and got one. Got one working on Ronica Stone.
Alicia Childress pushes that ball out to the left pin, and Sarah Sponsel's all by herself. Ronica Stone needs to have her hands up. That's dangerous.
If you're wondering, San Diego's hitting 187 on the year, and so far 500 on the night. Service error, and this one's getting away. from Vegas early on. Vegas won the opening match in San Diego 3-0. Maddox is a tremendous talent just in her second year. Out of South Alabama. Good reception. Oh, nicely done. Good connection. They're not unwinding the double sub as Oblad goes back to serve.
The Vegas Thrill very comfortable with this lineup. Hannah Maddox steps to the sideline, puts that ball right in her setter's hands. That allows them to run Berkeley Oblad down the middle. High percentage kill. We want to see a lot more of that from Vegas.
Grace Loberg coming on now to block in the left front. I like the camo jerseys for Vegas.
Loving those.
Yeah, you want one.
I do want one. Where do I sign up for that? I'll tell you what Vegas is not doing. They're not defending. We're not seeing any blocks. Balls are dropping. They need to pick up their defense, get a little bit more locked in on their defensive assignments.
Another note about the camo jerseys after this point. Nice pass by Maddox. Right side, Jardine down the line, dug by Venegas. That's a ball control error. Beautiful save that time by DeFalco. Really good read and reaction. Dalkey out of the back row, covered there by Pittman. Smart set to Jardine. Loberg had just come on, so she went away from her.
Lauren Jardine is one of those players who's so dynamic. She already lit one up down the line, so you're on your heels defensively and then drops one short right over the block.
Willow Johnson is coming back on, so the double sub is unwound along with Carly Graham. But back to the camo jerseys, it is Military Appreciation Night here in Vegas, brought to you by the Nevada Army National Guard. A tremendous thank you to all of our military men and women, all of our first responders around the country. 18-13, been all San Diego since an 8-7 start at the first technical timeout. That was a pretty good save by Sponsel. Nice dig by Sponsel. San Diego really moves their personnel around. Lauren Page was blocking in the middle there. Okay, fine, that's her position, but she's hit some on the left side. Reagan Pittman, a middle blocker, was hitting out on the right side. Kind of unique.
When Sarah Sponsel setting that tight ball, someone has to be jumping with her.
She did a good job saving that tight pass.
She did.
Dalkey holding up in serve receive. Good. Oh, that ball was in. Yeah, right on the back line, and here comes Vegas. Grace Loberg's done some nice work with some block touches on the left front.
She certainly has, and that ball, wow. The sliver of a sliver.
Crowd getting a kick out of that as they showed the Bolt 6 replay up in the big screen. Dalkey is really good in receiving right now. They might rethink that plan. I
agree. I think, first of all, if you're going to attack a player, don't serve it right at her platform. Serve her short, deep, make her move side to side, but Kendra Dalkey is too good in reception for that.
Maya Tabron, a couple of kills on 4 swings. No errors. Very clean as far as errors are concerned so far for San Diego. That is a perfect pass and a good kill out of the middle once again by Stout.
That's what you want a middle blocker to do on a tight pass. Setter's going to go up. Just lift it enough so your middle blocker can attack it. Watch Carly Graham get there, jump, bring it back. Morgan Stout ready with her arm up to score.
6'1" rookie middle blocker out of Wichita State, 5th in the league in efficiency at .335. A lot of rookies making a lot of headlines around the PVF. Oh, Lauren Page hammering off the right side. Really impressed with all the setters so far.
Sarah Sponsel runs a beautiful ball to the right pin for Lauren Page. But again, here's a nice pass by Tabron that sets that up. Big hole in that block with Stout chasing defensively.
Vegas a little bit better offensively over the last 4 or 5 opportunities. Perfect pass by DeFalco and crossbody by Stout once again.
Morgan Stout is a special player, just a rookie, but so confident on both sides of the ball. Drives hard offensively, but really good defensively as well.
See over on the sideline, Raul Papaleo, the assistant coach, giving serving areas. He gave the fist, which is area 6, since I think almost everybody only has 5 fingers. Oh, what a rip into the cross court dug by Shara Venegas. Wonderful by Looper. That's a tough chance. That's a tough chance. Carly Graham lost her footing, might have run into middle blocker Berkeley Oblad, and Graham went down awkwardly. It looks like she's okay. That was a break for San Diego. The truck is wondering, I have the usual number, so that's why you make a fist for 6. Right side, Willow Johnson again. Not only the last match when she was 9 of 18, but over the last couple, 22 of 49 for Willow Johnson, and 1 hitting error, meaning 1 ball blocked or 1 ball hit out of bounds.
If you see the left hand of Veronica Stone, looks like she's got a splint on her fingers, and as a blocker, that is not a fun way to have to block. Defensively, you're a little tentative to press that hand over the net.
We'll get a look at Veronica Stone's hands. Being a middle blocker, as a collegiate star as she was at Oregon or now at the professional level, that just goes to show she's touching a lot of balls. 2 serves back-to-back off the top of the tape. And Dalkey out of bounds. Other than that one really flat stretch for Vegas, they've been right in this set, and they're moving again, trailing now by only 1. The second technical timeout, Vegas trailed 16-10, so they've almost eliminated that lead of a half dozen.
Offensive numbers for Vegas have come up, now hitting 276. They're below 100 not too long ago.
Super important match for both of these teams. They know where they are. They know they're teetering on elimination, but certainly San Diego, if they were able to get a win on the road, they would really put a lot of hurt on the playoff chances of Vegas. You know, San Diego's been a dangerous team. They've beaten Orlando, they've beaten Omaha, and they've beaten Indy. And on the other sides, Vegas has wins over Atlanta and Indy. Just show me how much balance there is around the league on any given night. Top 4 teams at the end of the 28-match regular season advance to the finals and the semifinals and finals. The winner will take home a $1 million bonus. Here's Willow Johnson. Vegas trailed 16-10. Dalkey from just inside the 3-meter line. Beautiful dig by Looper. Should be a chance, not a perfect contact. And that rolled right into the sweet spot. Really good soft touch by Maddox for the tie.
That's a tool I really like from Hannah Maddox. She can light things up, loves to crush the ball, but the defense is on their heels, and that's a perfect time to use that roll shot to the short middle part of the court.
Get to Maddox's numbers. She struggled. She missed a couple of balls out of bounds. Working on Dalkey. Very nice set, pop straight up. Good work by Graham to get to that, and the block touch. Good hard work by Carly Graham and a swing by Maddox.
Carly Graham was trying to run that set down, had to push Berkeley Oblad out of the way to get there, but she does so for the Vegas point.
4 kills on 10 swings now for Hannah Maddox, but she does have those 3 hitting errors. Tough serve. Really tough serve.
Vegas making a late surge with Willow Johnson on the back line. Catches Charbonnegas high. Kendra Dalkey makes an effort, but can't get all the way back.
We already had one 6-0 run. That was for San Diego to give them a big advantage, 16-10 at the second technical timeout. And then Willow Johnson has come back and exactly returned the favor. 6-0 run, 23-21 is the advantage. Wow, what a huge comeback by Vegas. And you've got to give Ramon Hernandez-Cruz a lot of credit. Burning those 2 timeouts even before the second technical, going with a double sub. He wasn't going to sit pat.
Exactly. I like the double sub because he was able to go on some scoring runs when Grace Loberg came in and Lauren Jardine able to score some points. When you can get points from your subs coming onto the court, good things happen. And volleyball's such a big game of momentum that it's made a difference for Vegas.
The biggest lead actually was 7 for San Diego. It would be crushing if they were to drop this opening set. And when we spoke to Coach Hernandez Cruz, this Vegas team, after starting 7-2, everybody was talking about small ball and along with Indy as well. And then they lost those 7 matches in a row. And he said, boy, is that challenges your soul. Tough serve. Veronica Stone able to tuck the ball inside. Good hang time by number 7 in blue.
Veronica Stone, known for being quick off the floor, fast arm, beats the block for San Diego.
Tabron available on the pipe. Pittman up front with Dalkey and Sponsel. Got Maddox matched up against Sponsel on the left front. Oh, good read. Kendra Dalkey with the stuff.
Kendra Dalkey, knowing that the setter was front row, all over her defensive assignment as a blocker.
I'm not sure Carly Graham had a choice. That ball was very flat and very tight. Tied at 23. Oh, just out of bounds. Good service attempt. Just drifted long. Maddox will go back to the line. Got a pretty good jumper. Has 11 aces so far on the year. This is going to Dalkey for sure. What a clutch swing. And we're going to play some extra time, tied at 24.
We knew Kendra Dalkey was going to be a huge factor. This is an out-of-system swing. Sponsel's way off the net. Still able to score.
Dalkey 7 kills on 13 swings, 1 error. Good pass by DeFalco. Maddox out of the back row. Dug by Tabron. Looper all over the off speed. Back row. Maddox is stuffed by Pittman.
Reagan Pittman has such a big defensive presence for San Diego. She spent some of the season as a right side player, but very comfortable in the middle. That's where she played most of her college ball for Minnesota. Beautiful press and execution defensively.
I asked Pittman before first serve, are you starting in the middle? And she said, am I? Looper into the cross court, dug by Venegas. Set point. Dalkey, not yet. Dalkey again, not a good set. High up into the block and out of bounds. What a smart professional swing by Kendra Dalkey. 6-foot outside hitter. Just a wonderful shot in transition, Holly McPeak.
Pretty impressive to come back and win that first set. 26 for San Diego, 24 for Vegas.
Our first set stats are brought to you by FICO. Very interesting opening set. It was like a relay race, but sprints and legs by different teams.
Yeah, it was crazy. Long runs, but I'll tell you, San Diego on the season as a team, they're hitting 187 to hit 368 in that first set. That means their offense was firing on all cylinders, and Kendra Dalkey led them with 8 kills.
2 6-0 runs, one by each team, and then when it looked like Vegas had gotten off the mat and was in control 23-21, San Diego turns around and goes on a 5-1 run. Want to remind everybody that the Pro Volleyball Federation is proud to partner with FICO to champion financial literacy. PVF athletes will engage with the league and its communities to provide financial education. Charity Looper will start things off for the 8-10 Vegas Thrill in the second set. Dalkey once again, good tap. Morgan Stout keeping that ball off the floor. Willow Johnson had another very, very good start to things, and that ball is right on the sideline. Can't challenge in or out. It's all done electronically. And the first referee, Tong Wen, points down, and there it is. We've had a couple of very small slices.
And that was Lauren Page from the right side. Impressive swing cross court.
Love the system. Foolproof and very, very quick. Dalkey ripping out of the backcourt, and Stout took that one. Have to take a moment. Morgan Stout wearing number 5 in the camo jersey. He walked that one off very quickly. What a rookie season she has had out of Wichita State. Played with Natalie Foster for a couple of years before Foster went to SMU. Natalie Foster, a lead by a wide margin in the aces category, set a new league record. That ball missed out of bounds. That serve's not going to set any league records. It's not coming back.
That's for sure.
There is Morgan hitting over 350, fifth best in the league. Two hitters up front now for Sponsel. Good pass. Tabron, very, very nice. And Ronica Stone, one of the best slide hitters in the league.
Perfect pass that enables Sarah Sponsel to run that quick slide behind her to Ronica Stone. Works quick off the outside hand of Jardine.
Passing numbers for Vegas are still holding up above 60%. Coaching staff wanted it above 50. Looper on the pipe combination.
Charity Looper always impresses me. Just a high flyer, so dynamic. She can hurt you from the front row, the back row. Watch her come down the pipe. Little crossbody swing.
Played in this year's national championship. Short-handed with Anna DeBeer out. Had a wonderful final. Dalkey there on the cover. Oh. Berkeley Oblad says no way.
Berkeley Oblad working hard to get outside to close the block on Kendra Dalkey, who's had a big night so far.
It's one of the areas where Vegas really needs to improve, and that's in the blocking phase. They're next to last in terms of blocks per set. And in their 3-set loss at Omaha, this is hard to imagine they had no blocks in 3 sets, albeit in a losing effort. And Charity Looper looking for that one on the wrist away out of the pipe again and just missed it. DeFalco comes in to receive. 2 liberos being deployed. There's Charity Looper. Just under 3 kills per set. Just under 3 digs per set. Very solid rookie season. And much better in reception the last couple of seasons. Finishing her career at Louisville. Johnson is dug. Boy, back row a lot. And that one's... There's a touch off the block. Reagan Pittman says no. And I think she was the only blocker that was up. Ball was out of bounds. The ball was called out, but there was a touch call by the first referee. You have 8 seconds to lodge your challenge, Taiba Hanif Park.
But I'm not sure they knew that the call was a touch, so they...
Well, we're gonna talk about this one.
Yeah.
A touch was called on Reagan Pittman, and she was emphatic that not. And we will not have a challenge. After 8 seconds, the pads go dark, so you cannot challenge after that allotted time. Boy, good rhythm to the outside. There was definitely a touch there. Yeah, no doubt about it. The 2 officials in the Pro Volleyball Federation, it's a unique configuration. The first and second referees are both on the same side, and they will help each other out. Christian Shisha is on the sideline right behind the first referee, mostly for challenges and for substitutions, but will help with some calls. Back row again. Nice dig by Sponsel. Another dig by Sponsel on a very deep dish. What'd you think, Holly?
It was a little sticky.
Yeah, but only a little.
I know. Does a little count?
No.
Good defense by Sponsel down that line.
Absolutely. The fewer whistles, I think, the better for the players, the game, and everything else. And what, anyway, that's gone by. Good response by Lauren Page once again off the right side.
Next play mentality, Paul.
That's right. That's right. I was really bad at that as well. I had a long memory. Like in my golf game, I'm on 18 and I'm thinking about the putt I missed on 2. Tough chance for Stout. Carly Graham staying in the middle. Oh, That was a bit of a mix-up. Stout was down, and Carly Graham says, I'll block middle, and then Stout says, I think
well,
they're getting there.
Carly Graham didn't have an option.
No, she did not.
Her middle was down, so she had to get up there and try and patrol the net.
Maya Tabron is really impressive. Got a big arm, really good volleyball player. She's been forced into reception a couple of times. 4 kills on 9 swings, no errors.
San Diego really trying to target Charity Looper in serve receive, and when she's on that line has missed that serve a couple times wide.
San Diego at 6-13, must win, must absolutely win. It was so refreshing, Taiba Hanif Park. Coaches oftentimes defer. We said, what do you have to do over your last 9 matches? We have to win every one of them and then hope we get some help.
It's true. I mean, she's being honest. She knows the situation, and the team needs to know.
100%. We've come to the first technical timeout of the second set here in Vegas. San Diego on top 8-6. Second set, San Diego won the first, a nail-biter, 26-24, on top of the first technical timeout, 8-6. And Sydney Hilly, a national champion out of the University of Wisconsin. Congratulations for being the 3rd Indy Ignite player and back-to-back players of the week in the Pro Volleyball Federation. A win at Omaha, 3-0, and a win today, 3-2 in Orlando. Indy is rolling.
Sydney Hilly's having a good time. She's got a really young team around her, but a team who wants to win, is competitive and willing to do the work, and they are one of the hottest teams right now in the PVF.
Kendra Dalkey has 11 kills. The rest of the team has combined for 11. Another thought on Indy for just a moment. Charity Looper puts that ball away. Remember, they didn't have Anna DeBeer for the first 6 weeks of the season. She missed 10 matches. Nina Chajic played very well. Isabel Martin came in and played very well out of Tennessee. And now they've made some pickups and are doing a really, really nice job. Again, without the very unfortunate injury to Member Mene. Katie Baird from Indiana has joined the Ignite. Backhand flipper that time by Dalkey. Holly, you're very familiar with the game of Katie Baird, have her covered Stanford closely in the then Pac-12. What do you think she brings to the professional level to help Indy?
Katie Baird is one of those 6 rotation players who can score. Very good passer and just brings them more depth at that left side position.
Had 17 kills in her debut in an Ignite uniform. Good block touch this time by Johnson. And Morgan Stout, and the ball is down. A little bit of a late whistle, but the ball was down. Good connection between Graham and Stout. Interesting, they were both quote-unquote second teamers for much of the season, so maybe their cohesion is pretty good.
Well, Morgan Stout's working hard to make herself available as a hitter, especially in transition, and that's a good way to score a high percentage kill.
Dug by Schroll, given the chance. Good swing. Willow Johnson from well off the net.
Carly Graham was well behind the 3-meter line towards the right side of the court. She puts it straight up, knowing that Willow Johnson's got the range to kill that ball.
Boy, the runs continue. Now 4-0 now for Charity Looper and Vegas. Lane Van Buskirk out of Canada was in the starting position for maybe half of the season before Stout has pretty much taken that over. A rare unforced mistake by Sponsel and Tabron, and a timeout is called. 5-0 run for Vegas. 2 6-0 runs in the opening set, a 5-1 run. Usually not a good thing.
No.
Really elite teams don't give up big runs like this.
You want to minimize those runs.
Timeout is called, and now Vegas on top 11-8. You know, we've talked about it basically from maybe the All-Star break on. Who would be the leaders for MVP conversation? Here's the group that you put together, Holly, for now.
Definitely. Sydney Hilly's doing a fantastic job. Shampoo at Orlando. She had Orlando winning, what was it, 9 matches in a row. Brooke Nuneviller always fills the stat category, but does such a good job with leadership on that Omaha team. Johnny Teeler has been fantastic on the right side for Indy. Leah Edmonds, a little bit of a slow start, but she's been really good. And then Brittany Abercrombie just lit things up for the first half of the season, and Orlando's on a little bit of a slide. She could be tired because she really has a big responsibility for that Orlando team.
Yeah, went through three matches, did Abercrombie, where the numbers were nowhere near what she was doing the beginning of the season, and Orlando has got to right the ship once again, having won 9 in a row, a new Pro Volleyball Federation record for most consecutive victories, and now they've lost 4 out of 5. Looper again, looking to add to the run. A perfect pass by Dalkey. That's a wonderful combination. Dalkey with the reception, and then Ronica Stone out of the middle.
We talked about targeting Kendra Dalkey right at her platform, right to her setter, and then one-on-one, Ronica Stone scores out of the middle versus Morgan Stout.
Lauren Page, 32 in blue, back to serve. That's a tough chance for the left-hander in Willow Johnson. Tabron just missed it out of bounds. Good swing by the rookie. Both coaches really working hard. They know how important this match is. Might be the last chance for them. There's some real separation between the top 4 and the next 4. Shank pass, that's saved by Tabron. Free ball coming. Oblad out of the middle off speed.
Vegas takes care of the free ball, goes quick to Oblad. Little soft touch right over the top. Charity Looper again putting that ball in Carly Graham's hands so she has all her options available.
The service error, but the scoring run. Stout got one more. Looper doing most of the damage there before that. Tegan DeFalco coming back on using the 2 libero system. Mary Schroll to the sideline. 1 in reception. It's DeFalco in reception, Schroll in defense. Tough, good eye by Looper, and immediately to DeFalco. Good communication.
When you're in the serve receive, you have to communicate with the people next to you, help them out, and just work on communication because seams are so important to cover.
There's Johnson. Daughter of Hall of Famer Randy Johnson, the big unit. Chance for Maddox well off the net. That's an unfortunate, unforced error. What would you tell a young outside hitter like Maddox in that situation, but still way too many hitting errors when you look at the stat? I
think it starts with the stat. Your teammates have to step up and put you in a good spot to score. Maddox was way too inside to take a good rip at that.
I agree with all of that, but must find a way to keep that ball in. You got to make the opponent play. Tight, good joust that time by Sponsel. Nicely done by 24 in blue.
Ball dug tight to the net for San Diego, and Sarah Sponsel waited for the joust and wins.
Well, the runs continue back to 14-12. San Diego won the opening set on a 5-1 run to close it out 26-24 after they trailed 23-21. Johnson, good, what a dig by Stone. And beautifully done. Kendra Dalkey, her numbers just continue just to light things up. The life of a middle blocker.
Yeah, I mean, you see on the left hand of Ronica Stone, looks like a splint on her pointer finger and then her thumb taped up on the right side. Yes, the life of a middle blocker.
3-0 run, make it 4-0. Reagan Pittman loves to celebrate his stuff.
And Reagan Pittman takes up a lot of space in the middle for the San Diego Mojo. Sees where that's going, steps in, closes to Kendra Dalkey for the block stuff.
Very versatile player, as you pointed out. Has played some on the right side and then moving back to the middle. Remember, she was an All-American as a middle blocker at Minnesota. There's Maddox in rhythm and very dangerous.
Teams try to load up Hannah Maddox, serve her, make her pass the ball, and then kill it. Carly Graham keeps her fast and low, and that gives her some room to operate through that seam.
It's good all around as Sponsel is. That's a tough matchup. Working against Maddox. Off the inside hand, good swing again by Dalkey. Kendra Dalkey, 13 kills on 23 swings, 1 error, 57% kill percentage. So almost 6 out of 10 swings, she's scoring a point. Out of system here to Looper. Oh, good swing. Off the edge of the block and down.
And I like that set by Carly Graham, pushing it fast all the way from the right side of the court, cross to Charity Looper. Vegas up 16-15 in the second set.
As advertised, KD having a very good evening so far in Vegas.
We knew she was going to be a big factor, but she needs support. She stepped up 13 kills on 23 swings. She's shown she can use every part of the court and has every offensive tool.
And receiving serve exceptionally well also.
Had a big match last time these two teams met and continues to be the hot hitter.
That was won by the Vegas Thrill. That was 3-9 in San Diego. As 6'1", wearing number 15, Allison Mayfield, played at Kansas, is coming on now. Or at least she was for the moment, but Carly, she's coming in to serve. There we go. Couldn't find her in the camouflage.
It's serving its purpose.
Mulkey again, very good reception and just ripped. Lauren Page came in. There was some concern because she was suffering from back tightness, but warmed up well and has been hot since.
And Lauren Page is one of those players who can score out of the middle quick, left pin, right pin.
Tied at 16. Looper's block. Reagan Pittman again.
Reagan Pittman is owning the net for San Diego. I've been so impressed with the way she's getting out and closing the block on the pins. And that starts with eye work, seeing where the setter's going, getting a jump on it, pressing and closing.
17-16. Good offensive rhythm there. Morgan Stout was a real threat out of the middle, and that opened things up.
And that's one of the things that Morgan Stout does so well. She drives hard offensively, which holds the middle blocker on the other side of the net.
Carly Graham back to serve, once again getting her first start so far on the year. Alicia Glass-Childress has been the starter for the last couple of years in Vegas, mind you. Good transition set. Looper. Venegas flying around off the right side, down the line, dunked by Scott. Pittman wants to get some offense as well. Schroll digging in the left back. Will set a ball here. Here's Looper, taking a rip. Still alive, Sponsel keeping it off the floor. Graham putting it on a platter for Stout.
Carly Graham certainly put it on a platter, but look at the scramble play for San Diego to keep it alive. And then Morgan Stout has her arm up, ready to go, firing fast for the point.
Only counts for one, but boy, it was fun. Good block touch that time by Johnson. And coming cross court, nice play, Holly.
Thank you. I saw it coming. I read it.
Missed off the top of the tape. A rare unforced error by San Diego. That was Lauren Page's first hitting error, but she missed that one off the top of the tape. And timeout called by the Mojo out of San Diego, trailing now 19-17. Taiba Hanif Park, three-time Olympian, twice a silver medalist, and was hired by new women's Olympic team head coach Eric Sullivan to be one of his assistants. Brandon Taliaferro from UCLA, one of the others.
Taiba knows how important the runs have been, and she wants to make sure her team stops it and gets the ball back on their side of the net.
The right side of your screen, that's Deetra Collins Parker, former Honda Award winners, the National Player of the Year at the University of Hawaii back in the mid-'80s, longtime coach at San Diego State. Played in the 1988 Olympics. Actually 2 times National Player of the Year and 2-time national champion. Some pretty good resumes over on that sideline for the San Diego Mojo, who've had to deal with a lot of adversity. Everybody gets it in their doses. You know, Indy lost one of their main players in Member Minute. But for Taiba Hanif Park, it's been dinged up here, dinged up there, bring players up, on the injured list, long-term injured reserve. And it's just a lot to deal with. They've had more than 22 players go through their roster. Roll, very good set in transition. Charity Looper.
Mary Stroll that time did a much better job for the Vegas Thrill, setting up Charity Looper to score after the Carly Graham dig.
Boy, that was really perfectly done by the libero. Last year's Big 12 Libero of the Year out of Arizona State. Graham trying to get a little crafty and missed that one just a hair short, 20-18. San Diego won the opening set 26-24. Three-time setter of the year in Conference USA was Graham at Rice. Here's Pittman. Pretty easy serve to DeFalco. Back to the hot hand. Stone slaps that ball back. Looper again. Charity Looper finding the range on the outside.
Charity Looper a week ago had 23 kills for this Vegas Thrill team. She's a player who can get hot offensively. Look at her go high and flat off the hands of Lauren Page.
That was a season high versus Grand Rapids, the 23 kills. Tough serve. Well handled. What a reception. I think that was Dalkey, number 8 in blue, just dropping a dime.
It was. I mean, Kendra Dalkey has been fantastic in serve receive all night. And then Sarah Sponsel again goes up, gets it, brings it back to her hitter. Veronica Stone does the rest.
Lauren Page back to serve, 21-19. Tough serve. Mayfield was there, but just could not keep that ball on her own side. Maddox, Mayfield, and Looper are the receivers now. Timeout is called a little bit hesitatingly, but yes, a timeout is confirmed now being called. 21-20.
Vegas knows how important this is. Every point, especially after 20, it's just intensified.
Well, remember the match that we had under the same scenario on Thursday night. I'm trying to remember because we had the match. I know, that's why I said I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
We flew across the country. We flew to the beautiful city of Grand Rapids. Always enjoy going there. 5-set match. The points were separated after 5 sets. Every set, the most separation was 25-22. It was really close. Yeah, all these teams, they know exactly where they stand in the table and what they need to get done down the stretch.
It just comes down to execution, making good decisions and making plays.
Yeah, I thought so. We're going to get a libero back on the floor. That's a smart substitution. Absolutely. When you looked out at the reception, you had Mayfield in the middle of it. You needed to get a bro back on the floor. Here is Page. San Diego won the opening set. Goodbye, Maddox. Willow Johnson off of the block at Tabron and out of bounds.
Willow Johnson with her 6th kill.
Morgan Stout out of Wichita State. Back to serve. And a pretty tough one working on Tabron. Maddox was slow to get to that. Out of the back row, a touch off the block and the defense. Nicely done once again by Dalkey.
Sarah Sponsel, good choice to go to Dalkey. Even though there was a triple block, Dalkey knows where to hit it deep to the corner.
14 of 24, 1 error. A chance once again for San Diego on the slide. Really good block touch by Oblad, along with Maddox. Maddox is dug. Looper, good timing out of the back row, covered by Graham. Maddox. Chance for Vegas. Willow Johnson cross court. Dug by Page. Not a good set in transition by DeFalco. Venegas with the save. Point of the match so far. Oblad on the step in, not yet. Really good set in transition. Yes, indeed, to Dalkey. What a play by Sponsel.
Vegas missed an opportunity, could not get the set tight enough to Hannah Maddox. Everyone's sucking air. Look at the dig by Page. And then back to your hot hitter, Sponsel goes to Dalkey for the kill.
15th kill on 25 swings, and another timeout called by Vegas. Vegas at 8 and 10, San Diego 6 and 13. Talk about why this match is so very important. The semifinals and finals. The second week of May. Semifinals, there is Omaha. Atlanta has won 8 in a row. Boy, have they ever figured it out. Indy is doing a magnificent job. They've won 4 in a row. Orlando had won 9. They're going the other direction. Omaha lost at home to Indy 3-0, but that is a very, very solid group, and no doubt they're going to. But then you see the separation. You look at Grand Rapids, but you look in the loss column. I mean, Vegas is still very much in it, but no room for error.
Well, with 9 matches, including this one tonight, to get back in the hunt, that's why every one is crucial. They need to win out, especially a match like this with a team ranked below them, if you're Vegas.
Yeah, this would be devastating for whoever loses this match. Let's be honest, is probably out of the playoff hunt. Tied at 22. Good work by Looper. That was a tough serve. A chance here for San Diego. Sponsel. And Kendra Dalkey missed it out of bounds. Ball left a little low and inside.
Yes, definitely. Kendra Dalkey tried to hit that ball angle, just couldn't get it to drop. She ran out of court.
Double sub coming on. Glass Childress along with Jardine. So Graham along with Willow Johnson will head to the sideline. You like this move at this stage?
I do. I think they're used to being on the court with this group, and they double sub a lot. This isn't something new. This is something they've been working on all season long.
Yeah, when Glass Childress was starting all but tonight, they would use the double sub with Graham. Easy serve to Venegas. Veronica Stone missed it out of bounds. Back-to-back hitting errors for San Diego.
Vegas has a huge athletic front row defensively as blockers.
Set point number 1. Glass Childress trying to go short. Missed that. So now set point number 2. Oblad in the middle. Jardine will run across and hit on the right side. Good work by Looper. Ooh, double contact. Well, there's been one called against Reagan Pittman, and now one called against Alicia Glass.
That never happens. I'm not sure if the ball came off the player's hands wet or what, but you never see that from Alicia Childress.
Tied at 24. Maddox got the kill.
Vegas needs a big defensive stop right now. They've got Oblad, Jardine, and Looper in the back row. San Diego has center front row, 2 hitters stacked on the left.
Third set point for Vegas. Dalkey. Blocked by Jardine. Say yes to the double sub.
Double sub paying off for Vegas.
Well, back and forth we go. Teams continue to go on runs. We saw that throughout the opening set. And a couple of players and a couple of stars in this league are putting up huge numbers. Kendra Dahlke leading the way. 15 kills on 27 swings. San Diego's hitting .315, way above their season average. And the offense is certainly coming around for Vegas. So we are tied at 1 set apiece. San Diego went on a 5-1 run to close out the opening set. Won at 26-24. And then Vegas came right back. It took them 3 set points to close it out by the exact same score, 26-24. Hannah Maddox has 6 kills, and that's what we expected between these two teams. The second meeting of the year between these two. Let's go to Holly McPeak.
Kendra, this is a must-win game for your team. What's the mindset coming into it?
Right now, I think just coming in and focusing on our side, controlling what we can control, just bringing momentum when we can, and trying to string along some points.
You guys have beat some of the best teams in the league. You're playing really high-level volleyball. What's it going to take to win this match?
Right now, we're focusing really on serve and pass. I think right now that's been the struggle on both sides of the net. So if we can lock in on those things, I think we can take control.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
Kendra Dahlke, thank you, Holly. Thank you, Kendra Dahlke, as advertised. Done an absolutely fabulous job. There have been a lot of moving parts for the San Diego Mojo on the year, but their stalwart, their foundation has always been Kendra Dahlke. Tied at 1 set apiece as we welcome you back live to Vegas, where Fox Sports proudly presents the Pro Volleyball Federation. Every team in action tonight. Here it's the Thrill, match number 2 against San Diego, and both of them in must-win situations currently outside the playoff picture. Back with 3-time Olympian, bronze medalist, and NCAA champion, and my esteemed partner, Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. Your thoughts on the opening set, 26-24, and run, baby, run, Forrest Gump night.
It was crazy. I mean, we saw long runs by both teams, and then a 2-point difference. And I'll tell you, the double sub really paid off for Vegas to get that second set victory.
Dahlke has been fantastic. You visited with her just as they were going to intermission. Hannah Maddox on the other side. Some good and maybe some areas that need to be improved.
Yeah, we've seen her play better, just a little bit out of rhythm, a little better hand contact offensively, and then the location of the set, the rhythm with her setter needs to improve. You see the number, 6 kills, 4 errors. That's a low hitting percentage. We've seen her at points average 4 kills per set, and right now a little bit slow, but Charity Looper's got 8 kills, so she's helping at that other left side pin position. And
we were told, you know, Hannah Maddox needs some support. She's getting it in serve reception, and then she's also getting it from Willow Johnson on the outside. After 2 sets here in Vegas, tied at 1 set apiece, both of these teams facing it. It's not a cliche or an overstatement. A must-win situation. The loser of this probably out of the playoff hunt. Best 3 out of 5 sets right now, tied at 1 set apiece. And San Diego hitting way above their season average so far. And after Vegas got off to a very slow start, remember it was 8-7 at the first technical time out of the opening set, and then they really went into the doldrums. But they're coming back to their average.
Yeah, they're chipping away. They had some blocks in that second set, especially that last one by Lauren Jardine. That was big. And the double sub, again, paying off for Las Vegas. Numbers definitely getting better. They need more stops, though, defensively.
You mentioned it about season averages. For San Diego, they're at 187 in terms of hitting efficiency or lack thereof. And on the other side, Vegas is at 217. So both of them doing a good job offensively. And it's been a really interesting battle. I mean, Forrest Gump would love this. Run, Forrest, run. 6-0 run, 5-0 run. This is the second meeting of 4, 8 teams in the Pro Volleyball Federation, and this is the second year. Omaha are the defending champions. They won that at home last year over Grand Rapids and took home $1 million. Talked about Brooke Nuneviller. She and Reagan Cooper had a really, really big match against Vegas the other night. They were 27 of 45 combined on the night. So in the camo is Vegas, the Thrill at 8-10. Lauren Page will go back to serve for San Diego, the Mojo at 6-13. gets a first look and registers the kill.
Number 7 for Hannah Maddox. A little bit of a slow start for her so far. Some errors, kind of out of rhythm, but sure she'll find her way back.
Vegas needs her to find her way back. Once again, Carly Graham, Alicia Glass, Childress, Kendra Dahlke. You just forget that one and move on because she's been so superb all night long. Morgan Stout with a winner.
Yeah, Morgan Stout backed Dahlke all the way up to the back line, and Dahlke couldn't get out of the way.
Carly Graham out of Rice in her second year of professional volleyball, getting her first start of the season. Block touch against Stone. And Willow Johnson is blocked. Tabron along with Stone.
Watch the block for San Diego, swinging. Look at them working in unison to put up a wall in front of Willow Johnson. Good rhythm.
Looper, super in reset. Those are the ones that we're talking about. Everything's perfect, but then the ball just wailed out of bounds.
I agree, and Hannah Maddox right now has the smallest blocker, Sarah Sponsel, in front of her. You want to see her attack that.
Maddox is a real talent, make no mistake about that. Looper trying to help her in reception. That one had a little air under it. Isn't volleyball a crazy game? Tap the ball around and you end up with a kill. Things are perfect and you get dug or hit a ball out of bounds.
Hannah Maddox, that time just a little cup shot down the line, gets away from the defense.
Played 23 matches last year for Vegas as well, out of South Alabama. Dahlke again, just an experienced player, has all the off the edge of the block, inside.
And Sponsel went really fast and flat to Dahlke, where it didn't look like Dahlke had a lot of room to get her arm up, but she does.
Remind that Sponsel just starting her second consecutive match. Daeyoung Lee, the South Korean star setter who'd been Alicia Glass Childress had been the starter for each and every match, has injured her knee. She's going to get an MRI soon, and there's a possibility if the damage is minor. Minor damage is always the one to somebody else. When it's your knee we're talking about, it's not mine. But she may be cleared to play for the stretch run. But before any of that happens, San Diego's got to get a win tonight on the road. Connection not there for Oblad. And Graham, both setters tipping, and Sponsel trying to laugh that one off.
What I like about that play, Carly Graham stayed as a middle blocker. She had a misconnection to Oblad behind her. Said, look, I'm going to stay middle. And fortunate for her, they got an easy dig and an opportunity for her to score.
Maddox once again. Tied at 4, early going of the third set. Tough serve to Venegas. Dahlke. That covered, I think, off the head of Tabron. Back to Oblad. Nice blocking by Pittman, along with some help from Dahlke. Tabron. Oh, and it falls. Mary Schroll was there, but that ball wasn't close to the net.
I'm not sure what happened. It took place right behind the referee stand.
That darn referee stand.
Always in my way.
Maybe it was blocking the vision of Vegas. Looper quickly to the outside. That's night rhythm, but missed out of bounds. So now Maddox has missed one and Charity Looper has missed one.
Charity Looper had the right idea, but the hand contact was not clean and sailed long.
It's like top spin in tennis. You got to look at the spin rate to bring that ball. It was a good idea, deep cross-court corner, but the spin rate just wasn't there. Working on Maddox, back to Looper. I like Tabron in the middle back. Very composed. Good read by Johnson. And Oblad working hard off the block and out of bounds. Played at Utah, comes from right here in Henderson, Nevada.
Carly Graham has had some misconnections with Berkeley Oblad, but knows that this is an important set to score in a long rally and goes back to Oblad.
Coaching staff of Vegas telling us we got to receive serve better, well over 50%, get our middles going. And Reagan Pittman has been going all night, both offensively and with a couple of scoring blocks.
Reagan Pittman playing with so much confidence, you can see it. Starts with her defense, just owning the net, and then really confident attacking out of the middle.
We'll have our first technical timeout when a team reaches 8. Ace serve. And just like that, Kendra Dahlke dials it up, working on Maddox. And we are to that 8-point number, and with the 8-5 advantage, we will step aside here in Vegas. The Mojo on top by 3. Taiba Hanif Park, her team tied with Vegas at 1 set apiece, 8-5 here in the third. On the road, Kendra Dahlke was certainly the star offensively through the first couple of sets, and also has an ace. Very, very good numbers tonight, Holly McPeak.
16 kills in 2 sets, well, 2 and a half sets.
Well, look at 16 out of 31. The rest of the team got to pick it up here. 17 of 50.
Incredible. She's doing her job. Like I said, supporting cast needs to step up and score.
She has been doing it all around as well, in the top 10 in digs. 8th actually at 3.1. And along with Brooke Nunneveller, all the rest are Liberos, as you might imagine. Oh, really good block. Maya Tabron is really impressive and enjoys playing next to Reagan Pittman.
Who wouldn't?
Exactly
Maya
right.
Tabron gets out, gets way over, and look at her hands pressing that back into the court. Gets Morgan Stout, possibly heading out of bounds, but gets the body of Morgan Stout.
Timeout called by Vegas, and once again, one run is answered with another. San Diego out to their largest lead of the third set. San Diego has wins over Orlando and Omaha, the top 2 teams in the league, also over Indy. Then on the other side, you look at Vegas, they have wins over Atlanta and Indy as well. Lost 7 in a row from November 17th to March 20th. That is a long, long losing streak to endure.
November 17th?
No, I misspoke. I meant February 7th.
Okay, that makes more sense.
To March. And also, remember, Ramon Hernandez-Cruz was talking about their road and home wins, and it had been a long, long time.
Since February 2nd.
Since they'd won a match in this building.
The goal for Vegas passing numbers were 50%. They thought they had to pass it 50% to win. Right now, they're at 45%.
Boy, he is really working the huddle, really working hard. Got to have this one where I think you're out of it.
You see him point to his brain, let's be smart, let's be mindful. Every play is so important to be locked into what you need to do.
3-0 run for San Diego and won 5 out of the last 6 points. Very, very meaningful conversation with an inspiring head coach along the sideline for Vegas. And a good timeout. We used to have rules. I know them in the men's game, there are no rules about serving.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. But never 2 in a row, never after a timeout.
Agreed. What about never point game?
No, that was it depended. It depended on the score.
Okay.
That ball missed out of bounds by Lauren Page. Now, if it was we played side out to 15.
Oh my gosh.
if it was 14-8, we had the green light.
What if it was 14-13? Not so much.
If it was Karch, he had the green light.
Okay.
Me, not so much. Reagan Pittman trying to find it wrist away. Did not get a touch. So back-to-back hitting errors. Just like that, 9-8. And what do you know? A 3-0 run. And a service error brings that to a close. Reagan Pittman out of the University of Minnesota will go back to serve for San Diego. Maddox, really good first ball contact to set up Stout.
Hannah Maddox nailed that, and we've seen how effective Morgan Stout can be on this quick set. Her arm is cocked, ready to go, comes through the ball. Pittman gets an arm on it, but her teammates can't keep it alive.
Hannah Maddox, who was a first-time All-Star this past year, that at Indianapolis at Indy. Tabron chopping down the line, dug by Graham. Good transition set, and that caught a piece of the block. Brilliant, brilliant on-target transition set.
Mary Schroll missed one early, but since then she's been spot on, giving her outside pins a nice hittable ball, and Maddox able to score high off the block that time.
Charity Looper back to serve, and just like that, what do you know, another run to tie it up at 10 apiece. And the ball drifts just out of bounds. Omaha has been rock solid all season long in spite of their recent loss at home to Indy. Atlanta got off to a bit of a slow start. They're the hottest in the league now at 8 in a row. But what's happened to Orlando?
I'm not sure. Brittany Abercrombie was carrying a big load just offensively. They relied on her a lot. They've also lost Adora Nye, which is kind of a big story.
Adora Nye, we were looking at the transaction wire over lunch today, and she's been waived by Orlando. So they have some big shoes to fill. Lindsay Vanderweider has been stepping in.
And Nye was an all-star for them.
Orlando, who's been right at the top of the table all season long, now has lost 4 out of 5. We go there in a couple of weeks' time. We'll get to Holly McPeak. Will get to the bottom of it. She'll give me all the right info, and I will try to communicate it in a way that makes sense, and probably fail.
Beautiful pass by Tegan DeFalco, and then Willow Johnson uses that whip of an arm to score through the block.
Willow Johnson, according to head coach, over the last 9 matches, and certainly the last couple, has been the best support for Maddox at the offensive end. Good set by Charity Looper. Sponsel quickly to the outside to Tabron. And we're going to have a challenge for a touch. Remember, you cannot challenge in or out, which I love, because in college volleyball, most of the challenges...
The original call was out.
For ball in or out.
San Diego was challenged block touch.
Tabron came right over to the bench, immediately telling her coach to challenge that ball for a touch.
Challenge net fault, touch off the block. As I just mentioned, cannot challenge ball in or out. That's all done electronically and communicated to the official by Boat 6 headquarters in Charlotte. Can also challenge foot faults, 3-meter line, center line, and foot fault on the service line, as well as ball up or down and 4 contact. So
quick answer.
Quick answer. The answer is yes, there was a touch. So point possession stays with Maya Tabron and the San Diego Mojo, now on top 13-11. Willow Johnson, dug by Venegas. Slapping the 4, wants her team. Oh, what a swing. Venegas is on fire now at the defensive end.
One thing San Diego is doing really well is defense. Look at Shara Venegas get under this ball. Sarah Sponsel fast on her feet, puts up a nice ball, and Kendra Dahlke works inside the block.
Love it.
San Diego.
Venegas and Libra, they pounding on the floor, demanding that a teammate get after that. Tap down by Sponsel.
Sarah Sponsel ready for that ball, coming tight to the neck. Quick snap for the San Diego point, and now another scoring run, 3-0.
Quite honestly, it's way too many runs. These teams need to settle down and side out at a much higher rate. Good reception by Maddox. Looper not there in the back row. Miscommunication. Veronica Stone is dug. Terry Looper clapping on the defenders. Good run by DeFalco. Kendra Dahlke, wonderful choice by Sponsel.
Sarah Sponsel had Veronica Stone streaking behind and then goes fast to her left pin. Dahlke, who continues to be so impressive for San Diego. San Diego up 16. Oh, 11? Is it 11? I missed it. Look at Dahlke go fast crossbody down the line for the point.
It is 11.
Good.
Yeah, well. Franklin Sports is a proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation, coming your way on Fox Sports. Back with Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland in Vegas. Vegas at 8-10. San Diego at 6-13. They are out of the top four right now. That top four is Omaha, Orlando, the Indy Ignite, the surprising Indy Ignite, and the red hot Atlanta team. Atlanta Vibe have won 8 in a row, looking to tie the record set earlier this year by Orlando at 9 in a row. Charity Looper so far on the evening, 8 of 24 in the attack phase. Tabron, who really has impressed me, as does that pass. Willow Johnson is blocked. Well, pretty good swing, but better effort. Veronica Stone along with Dalkey.
Willow Johnson, a very aggressive attacker. Kendra Dalkey, Veronica Stone press over quickly to get that ball deep into the court. It's the late press by Veronica Stone that gets that ball.
5-0 run now for Tabron and the San Diego Mojo. Maddox, dug by Page. Oh, Kendra Dalkey's feeling it tonight.
Well, gosh, I can't believe she took a rip at that ball coming over your head. Hard to track. I like the mindset, though.
I do, too. That was close to being the shot of the night. Good pass by Venegas. Stone on the slide, finding a hole between Oblad and Maddox.
San Diego so good at spreading that offense, and Veronica Stone, she's the original slide queen, going quick off, 1 foot, splitting the 2 blockers.
Double sub back on the floor with Jardine and Glass Childress. To Jardine, and she's blocked by Reagan Pittman.
I love watching Reagan Pittman go to work in the middle, patrolling her eye work. She sees it going out, does the work to get out, turn her hands back into the court for the San Diego block.
Pittman, number 21, nominated for president. Reagan Pittman. Very nicely done in that phase. Reagan Pittman has played Summit opposite. Really a strong piece for this San Diego team, hoping to make a push down the stretch.
4 blocks, and she takes up a lot of real estate up there. Does the work with her eyes, makes herself available in transition, and Sarah Sponsel finds her.
4 blocks so far on the night, 9 blocks in total for San Diego. On the other side, only 2 that had been a really point of concern for Vegas. They had no blocks at Omaha in 3 sets. Anna Maddox getting some advice from Allison Mayfield on how to defend the Veronica Stone slide. Only problem is if you dive into the angle, she kills your libero down the line.
Yes, she does.
Or attempts to, figuratively speaking. I'm thinking back to the opening set when San Diego had a big lead. At one point, it was a 7-point advantage, and Vegas came all the way back to force overtime. They would like to do that again. Long way to go. Maddox. That's what she can do.
Alicia Childress, little delay in her set, isolates Maddox over Sarah Sponsel on that pin. Beautiful execution for Vegas.
You're wondering about all the camo. It's a military appreciation night here in Vegas. Military that all of us appreciate. Reagan Pittman again. Good job by our crew to put together that package. Number 21 has had a very nice, solid night.
Sarah Sponsel feeling it too. Really nice location behind her to Pittman to score over Looper.
We've talked about Sarah Sponsel, and we saw her play last year. Such a good all-around volleyball player. Skills in many different positions. She could be a libero. I mean, now she's playing at the setting position.
She started her college career as an
outside hitter. Yes,
at LMU.
I remember it well. And played very well in a good league, the WCC, at that position. Nicely done. Charity Looper. Here comes Vegas.
Can they come back from this deficit, this long run? Alicia Childress pushes it out, and then high over the block. Tabron Dives but can't get there.
It's a long way to go. Oblad with very easy serve. Coming back to Dalkey. What a dig by Oblad. Wonderfully done by the middle blocker. And unforced error. What a dig by Oblad to give him a chance, but a miss by Looper.
Incredible dig by Berkeley Oblad in the right spot, controls it. Missed opportunity by Vegas Thrill.
Looper obviously thought she had some more room down the line. Dalkey's been good from the serve. She's been good everywhere. Dug by Venegas. Crowd wanted a double, but blocked anyway by Jardine and Stout.
Venegas with a fantastic dig down the line, and that ball did come out of Sarah Sponsel's hands very well. Probably a lot of sweat on that ball.
I like the no call. The problem is we just had a couple that have preceded it that have been called. Looper on the tight set, throwing inside to Pittman. And Tabron got it. There's high flat, and then there's flat flat, and that that was like skipping a stone off the water.
Flat to the corner. I thought that was going to be long.
I did too.
Bolt 6 shows us it's in.
Pittman back at the line, 22 to 15. Yeah, that was all over the end line. And that ball is in response by Morgan Stout.
When Vegas Thrill passes the ball, they're able to run that quick ball to Stout, who's very effective.
San Diego's just thinking a couple more plays, couple more side outs. Tabron on the left, Stone in the middle. Dalkey with a very workable pass. Lauren Page said that she had a sore back before this match. Wow. Contorted completely to whip that ball down the line.
We saw Lauren Page hit an almost impossible angle earlier in the first or second set, and that one, beautiful turn down the line.
San Diego 2 points away. Tied at 1 set apiece. And that ball served into the tape, but still plenty of separation for Page as Stout will go back to the line. Miley Hiapo coming on now, the veteran libero out of BYU. Page will go to the sideline. Some reception, and wow, that was an untimely and weak service error that time. Stout would like to have that one back.
The goal was to serve into the traffic area, but you have to execute with such a big deficit.
7 set points now for Tabron and San Diego. Must have for both of these teams. Working on Maddox. Back to her and then down the line and missed it out of bounds, and that'll do it in the third set. San Diego led it 8-5 early, 16-11 at the second technical timeout, and they cruise across the finish line 25 to 17. Wonderful performance by Dalkey et al. The Mojo. One more set and they close out a must-have match on the road. Holly McPeak, take us through the numbers after 3 sets.
Well, you look at those numbers. Vegas Thrill obviously only hitting 185. Their season average is around 215. But it was the third set where they really struggled. They only hit .061. Other than that, they got to stop San Diego. And they can't let San Diego go on long scoring runs. So defensive stops are really key.
Kendra Dalkey has been the star of the match offensively from the very first point. And on the season, you saw from that graphic, hitting 300 so far on the match. On the season, San Diego hits 187. I mean, we talked to Taiba in Eve Park, and Taiba's not, so classy, making no excuses, but they have had so many different players in and out of the lineup and making changes, and now they're without their top setter, although Sponsel has been, I think Sarah Sponsel's been fantastic. There is Dalkey again off the edge of the block and down. Give you Dalkey's numbers. 8 of 16 in the opening set, 7 of 11 in the second, 4 of 10 in the third. Just having a wonderful night.
Sarah Sponsel, so good at running balls down, puts it up down the middle. Even though there's triple block, attacking that right back defender, Childress.
20 kills now for Dalkey on 38 swings. And you see the little look by Sponsel, making sure that Dalkey was ready. Oh, and a service winner early. Move the referee stand, then we can see that it's Lauren Page, number 32, who dialed up that ace. Nice pass by Looper. And Morgan Stout. Look, it was 2-0, but it just felt like, after how Vegas got mowed down in that third set, that they needed to make sure they stay with San Diego at the start of this set.
Big blocking front row right now for the Vegas Thrill team.
Stout, 7 kills on 11 swings, no errors. Timing not there by either team, quite frankly. Oblad, no, outside to Maddox. Jardine crushing off the top of the block.
Jardine on that right side, so dynamic. She gets up high. Childress chooses to go behind. She just works it off the hands of Tabron.
Jardine, like Oblad, out of the University of Utah, and he's got a major league arm.
Major league arm, major league jump,
yeah.
Just so dynamic.
Yeah, watching her. If you're a fan, if you're coming to a match here in Vegas, come early. Make sure you watch the hitting lines because she can really put on a show. Tabron working on Looper, who's been very good all night long in reception, and back-to-back by Jardine.
Childress going to her hot hitter Jardine on that right side. Pretty sad, and then look how high Jardine goes back to that deep corner.
6'2" and big jumper. That's an overpass. Nice play by Sponsel, still alive. Sarah Sponsel, that looked like a sure score. And then Alicia Glass-Childress.
Fantastic hustle on the San Diego side. Venegas and Sponsel keeping it alive, but Alicia Childress with a quick setter done.
Once again, a 3-time national champion at Penn State. Was an assistant coach for a while at Stanford, where she met her husband, NBA player Josh Childress. They now have 3 wonderful daughters. Off the edge of the block and down for Veronica Stone. Tied at 4. Maddox. There's some really good middle back defense being played by both teams. Block touch. And Berkeley Oblad, 6'4", and using all of it to go over the top of the block.
Defense helping Las Vegas Thrill score points. Putting the ball right in Childress' hands, and then this time behind her to Oblad.
Using all of the court. All of it is allowed. Tegan DeFalco with a very nice touch in that rally to give Oblad the opportunity. And Maddox missing that out of bounds. Stout has had a couple of service errors, and now Maddox. Sarah Sponsel, LMU, then UCLA, outside hitter, then setter.
Won a national championship playing UCLA Beach, and then was in the Olympics for beach volleyball as well.
Nicely done by Jardine. Thank you for reminding me of that, Holly. I had forgotten that factoid. Kind of important to play in an Olympic Games. Yeah. Who did she play with?
Played with Kelly Clay.
Oh, yes, of course. And how did they do?
Not so well.
Okay. Reagan Pittman again, matching Oblad for using all of the court.
Sponsel, good connection with her middles. I think Reagan Pittman as a middle attacker gives you a big window to sack. That's what you want to be.
Stayed with Glass-Childress along with Jardine at the setter in the oppo. Stout. She is aptly named.
I love the arm speed of Morgan Stout. Childress, little delay in her release, gets this ball to Stout nice and wide when she crushes it down the line.
Tough serve. Boy, that ball was set very low. Sponsel trying to go quickly. Tabron again. Oh, wonderful swing inside the block that time of Stout and away from Schroll.
Sarah Sponsel took the first contact, and then Venegas uses her hands to set up Tabron for that point.
Tied at 7. We will have our first technical timeout of the 4th set after this point, and that will do it. Service error by Pittman, who's been pretty good in that phase. Teams will head to the sideline. We will head to a break. Must-win situation for Vegas. Must-win overall for both of these teams if they want to have any hope of getting into the playoffs. First 2 sets went to deuce. The 3rd set was all San Diego. They led it at the second technical timeout 16-11 and never looked back, and Kendra Dahlke has been fantastic. Interesting serving story. 4 aces for each team, 10 errors for each team. But it's when they happen that is so very important.
Definitely. I mean, you want to serve tough, but we just saw so many scoring runs, and when you're trying to either stop a scoring run or go on a scoring run, you don't want to make those errors.
22 points overall for Dahlke, 20 of those coming in the attack phase. Credited with 4 digs, and she's been 12 very, very good or perfect passes so far on the evening. And she's been the star of the night between both of these teams. There is Charity Looper. Hit 375. Oh, good eye by Tabron. Good attempt that time by Looper, but just over the sideline.
Maya Tabron does a nice job with her feet to get all the way to the line to make sure that ball's out.
So the tie in service errors is broken. There's Lauren Page, who's been good pass. Really had to fight that one off. And Lauren Jardine, but missed it out of bounds.
Good looking swing by Jardine, just turned it a little bit wide down that line.
It's the 11th overall hitting error right now for Vegas. And Morgan Stout away from Venegas.
Quick tempo to Morgan Stout. Really makes her tough to stop defensively.
Stout is now 10 of 14 with no errors. The floor is still reverberating from that one ball she hit. It's quiet in here when Vegas serves. We're back with you once again. We apologize for some very brief technical issues. And back with you. Really good pass by Maddox. Back to Jardine again. Venegas really hangs in. She is a gutsy libero. Slapped down by Ronica Stone. Back with you once again in Las Vegas. Pro Volleyball Federation coming your way on Fox Sports. Apologize for that, those brief technical difficulties. Incredibly important juncture in this match. Vegas trying to find some momentum at the offensive end as San Diego has gone out to the 2-1 lead and leading marginally here. And a big block once again by Jardine.
Oblad and Jardine had a big one to win that second set for Vegas, and another stuff block for the Vegas Thrill.
Well handled. Sponsel going up top. Schroll is all over that. Can't follow up. Jardine wanted to get in a hitting position, forgot to play some defense. Vegas at 8 and 10. Sarah Sponsel into the lineup for Dae-Young Lee, out with a knee injury. Maddox one-on-one and missed it out of bounds. Not been her night as far as handball contact.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Her hand contact on the ball, not putting the ball where she wants it. And as a hitter, that's so important.
For Maddox now, she has 10 kills, but 7 errors. An error either when you're blocked for a point or hit a ball out of bounds. Oblad coming through from Glass Childress.
Alicia Childress, Berkeley Oblad, really nice connection on the quick slide set right behind the setter. Charity Looper's passing really well for the Vegas Thrill.
Yeah, good point. It's been a pretty good battle in the serve and receive phase for both these teams. Everybody knows how important it is. Dalkey. And that's off of Glass Childress and out of bounds. Good effort on the chase by both Jardine and Glass Childress. .21 kills now for Kendra Dalkey. All-American out of the University of Arizona and putting on a show tonight in Vegas. Overpass. Sponsel first contact. Looper, really important swing. Nice play again by Sponsel. Dalkey missed it into the antenna. Tough chance. A previous one, she took a big risk. Why not? We're in Vegas, right? So roll the dice.
Sure.
But that one coming over her head as well and missed it into the antenna. Chance here. Dalkey way outside the antenna. And that's Lauren Page. Oh, Reagan Pittman again. That's 3, if not 4, scoring blocks.
Love the handwork by Reagan Pittman defensively. Big San Diego point to go up 16-13 in this fourth set.
Second technical timeout. Still Vegas in a must-win situation. Welcome back live once again to Las Vegas, where Fox Sports proudly presents the Pro Volleyball Federation. A very busy night. All the teams around the league in action here. The Thrill hosting San Diego the Mojo, second meeting of 4 on the year. Vegas won the first 3-0 in San Diego, but right now it is Lauren Page and San Diego on top 2-1 and 16-13. San Diego has won 7 out of the last 10 points to create this separation. Vegas started with Carly Graham, her first start on the season. They've come back now to veteran Alicia Glass Childress and Reagan Pittman again. We got to check the stats because she's having a really good night at the defensive end. Reagan Pittman now with 5 blocks. And another timeout. Well, it's just showing you the importance of this match. You look at Omaha, you look at Orlando, you look at now Atlanta, and along with Indy. They are rock solid currently in the playoff positions. Vegas on the outside looking in, only a couple of games back in the loss column. I mean, you've got 3 teams with 8 losses. Orlando has lost 4 out of 5. Atlanta has won 8 in a row. Indy has won very impressively 4 in a row. But I think the loser of this match is out of the playoffs.
Even though Vegas is above San Diego in the rankings?
It's my opinion. The loser of this match will not make the playoffs.
Okay.
Oh, now 6 blocks. The computer in Kansas City is faster than ours here in Las Vegas. 6 blocks is a huge night. I just think this would just be such a blow right to the heart. Vegas started well. They lost those 7 matches in a row. They've had some really good wins, as have San Diego. Oh, beautiful bump set. Charity Looper block lucky number 7.
Big high set, a little tight to the net, and Reagan Pittman takes advantage of it defensively. Bump set from Alicia Childress, and Charity Looper tries to sneak one past Pittman. Not going to work.
No
tonight.
No sneaking it past Pittman. Stout missed it down the line. Vegas is in real trouble right now. Yep. Another timeout. You got to use them. You can't take them with you. The two technicals are gone. Morgan Stout has had a fantastic year. She's really mad at herself right now. But hit 355, fifth best in this league as a rookie out of Wichita State.
A lot of bright moments for her this season, for sure.
Back to your excellent question, Holly. I mean, people at home are going, you know, Paul, can't you add? and look, this win, if San Diego can win this match, that gives them hope.
Correct.
And the way Dalkey is playing, and they've added a couple of players that we haven't talked about, Tiara Caesar and Yasmin Bedart Ani. I mean, two fantastic players. They've got hope, and they can work them into the lineup, hopefully. We'll see what happens down the stretch. But for Vegas at home, I just think this would be a very, very hard loss to overcome.
And you want momentum, you want confidence, you want rhythm and good energy coming from your team at such a crucial point in the season.
5-0, an 11-3 run right now until then. Jardine with the kill. That was mandatory to get out of that rotation. Childress back to serve. Dalkey, really good reception. Reagan Pittman wants a challenge. She was very emphatic about it. That ball off of Stout. Stout is, I'm looking at Morgan Stout right now.
Was ball out. San Diego's challenging block touch.
So you can challenge whether or not there was a touch off the block. And I think that Morgan Stout will be, figuratively speaking, guilty as charged.
The set was a little low.
It was.
Could not get on top of it, so she hit it pretty flat. I couldn't tell if there was a touch the first time through.
Reagan Pittman, 4 kills on 11 swings, 7 blocks. And there it is. Touch is confirmed. I thought that would be the case. Was it off of Stout? It's very close between that and Looper.
Stout left hand.
Yep. Middle finger on Morgan Stout. 21-14. Must side out right here. Not yet. Dalkey with the dig. Lauren Page. I was going to say very conservative play, but somehow let that ball drop.
Those are balls that can't drop.
100%.
3-hitter rotation. All the hitters stacked on the left for Vegas Thrill.
Good block touch out of the middle by Stone. And Kendra Dalkey not going to register a kill yet. Free ball. Good block touch that time by Stout. And Lauren Jardine nails the sideline.
Really nice block touch by the Vegas Thrill team, and then Jardine goes to work. Really sharp angle swing.
Look how young this lineup is that's on the floor. Stout, Maddox in her second year. Charity Looper is a rookie. Super young team. Schroll, the libero, also a rookie. What a kill. And also a rookie, Maya Tabron.
So much young talent in the PVF. It's fun to see them perform at such a high level, and they're just going to get better.
Tabron now with 8 kills. Oh, that's a break. Veronica Stone, middle blocker, wanted to get involved in the defense there. Oblad comes back on. Morgan Stout at the line. She's not been very confident at the service line tonight. She's been told who to go after. There is a slim chance, but it would take something for Vegas. Need a quick 3-0 run, which has happened all night long. Working on Dalkey. Tabron, what a swing. Diapo, pretty good pass. And what a smart shot. Veronica Stone throwing it over the top. And now San Diego is just 2 points away.
This ball, Sponsel goes behind her. Defense stouts. The left back defender sneaks out. Stone goes back.
Maddox, did she get a touch? Did not. That ball out of bounds. You got a challenge. It was a tentative swing by Hannah Maddox, number 11 in the camo.
Again, it didn't
The
look
original
like she had
call
great
with ball out.
contact.
Las
This is
Vegas is challenging block touch.
This is a wonderful young player, number 11 in the camouflage jersey for the homestanding Vegas Thrill, but it has not been her night so far. Carries a very big load, as her coaching staff told us. Look at Sponsel's hand, number 24. There's no touch there. There is no block touch. Good work by the officials and our Bolt 6 crew. And that's going to get us to match point. Both of these teams had lost 3 in a row. This is a tremendous win for San Diego. Jardine, block touch. Nice dig by Tabron. Dalkey for the win. Dalkey again. And Kendra Dalkey, a rare mistake. Missed that out of bounds, but still 7 more match points.
San Diego had some really nice digs in that last rally. Chances to win.
Dalkey, 21 kills on 49 swings. Passed the ball very well. And that's the match. You got to go for it if you're Lauren Jardine. And that is a tremendous win. Kendra Dalkey was the offensive star. Sarah Sponsel was superb. And also Reagan Pittman at the defensive end in the middle. Just a wonderful, wonderful performance. San Diego gets their 7th win. They end that 3-match losing streak. Vegas now has lost 4 in a row, and they drop to 8 and 11.
I talked about Kendra Dalkey and what she's done for her team, but everybody stepped up in the block department. 13 blocks as an offense. They hit 285. Sarah Sponsel did a fantastic job running the offense, and then Pittman defensively. Really impressive in the middle of the court.
Veronica Stone, 10 kills, and that very important tip when things were not absolutely perfect. Just a really, I'll tell you, if you don't play well, if one of your top players struggles, you can lose or you can beat anybody in this league. That'll do it for us from Las Vegas tonight. You've been watching the Pro Volleyball Federation coming your way on Fox Sports. 3-1. The San Diego Mojo were the victors. Pro Volleyball Federation action on Fox Sports 2 continues April 13th. We head back here to Vegas, where the Fury will visit the Thrill for Holly McPeak and our entire crew on Paul Sunderland. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. San Diego has got some mojo.